And talking about the kit. My people, welcome back. I appreciate you for hanging out with me. Yeah, appreciate y'all. New, old, all y'all, thank you for hanging out and watching this video. Anyway, I'm doing a FOS scale. Doug came up with this Moscone bail bonds kit. It's actually pretty dope. I changed some stuff on it, and I had to put some graffiti on there and all that good stuff, right? Let's just watch the video, and then I'll chatter some more at the end, and then I'll see you on it. Just watch the video. All right, so this is the Moscone bail bonds FOS scale kit, and yeah, I just did some different stuff to it, y'all. Right now I'm kind of just weathering up some of these clapboards, raising some of the little sections and chopping out, just knowing what I do, and making it look really beat up and worn. That it's been through some life challenges. And I've always said it, it's the best stain out there right now. Like I said, I've used other ones, but this one is just best. They just make the best. That's funny. Best just makes the best stains. And I was using London Fog there, and I think that was H-Barn Wood. I started looking at something else as I'm voicing over this thing, so but I have probably 1, 2, 3, 4, about 6 or 7 different stains and different colors from them. It's just solid stuff, y'all, very solid. And here I am using black stain from them as well, just where I'm doing the edges, and I'm dancing around just a little bit because I don't want the stain to be too I guess too much, like for the first pass. So I'll just dab on it, and then I'll touch it up just a bit and keep pushing it, just get to my liking. And this is a chipping fluid from Ammo, and it's water activated. So one, you put this stuff down, and you let it dry on whatever surface that you're using this stuff on, which is these clapboards. And then I let it dry, and after that you go and then you paint it. Once it's fully dry, you paint it, and at this point I'm just using regular folk art craftsman paint, the cheap paint from Michaels. Paint the whole thing. I think this is like a milky color. There is a name, and I just don't feel like getting up to get it, but it's like a banana almost. It looks like not the peel, but the actual banana itself, the color. And I kind of like that color because you can get some really good powders and stuff to happen off of there. My cat over there in the background. But once you do that, you want it, and I think I skipped this part, but you want to get a paintbrush. Once the paint is dry, you want to get a paintbrush and go over it just with water. And you don't have to soak it. I mean, you can, but you'll end up taking up too much of the paint. So I'm trying to get this chipping effect with the knife that I'm using there. And once you wet it, whatever is in that chipping solution activates, the water activates its chipping effect. And that's how I've been using it. So there could be some other ways. I'm sure you can go on Ammo's site and look and see if they use it differently, but that's how I use it. And it's been effective so far. So, and here I'm just using some oils, Ammo oil shaders, and I'll do that, and then I'll get my thinner and just thin it out and kind of fade it out to what I feel like, either rotted wood or some molded wood, or obviously wood that just hasn't been taken care of. You can overdo all this stuff too, right? What I like about oils is that it's so forgiving. You can actually just keep putting down thinner until it just goes away. Hence your thinning out oils. Here I am, I'm painting clapboards to simulate that a few of them have been repaired here and there. I think I accomplished it because when I first put this red paint down, it was really strong, but I ended up putting a few brush strokes of some powder on here and some other stuff to try and dull it down a little bit. What I should have done was, and you can see on that lower part, on the lower section, right about there, I tried to go over it with some powders to dull it down a little bit. What I should have done is lighten that red to not a pink, but just a worn color of red. But I didn't do that, so I went in a different direction. I think it still turned out okay, but I could have done a few different things here. Speaking of different things, I did something totally different. In the kit, it comes with these wall units that are, I don't even think they're wood. They're almost like a chipboard type of thing. But with that chipboard, you're supposed to put plaster, which will simulate, what kind of finish is that? Every time I think about it, I always forget. But stucco. So you're supposed to be creating this stucco wall, but I wanted to do bricks. So I just got a couple of small little sheet bricks that I had, and I glued them together. And actually, you can't even tell now, but you can see the seam here. But as I paint it and do all this stuff to it, you really can't tell the seam. And yeah, that's what I did, y'all. I used the two ends that came with the kit, but as far as the longer sides, I just used brick wall sheets that I had. And here I'm putting the stucco on, and I think it's just plaster Paris, honestly. Oh, I covered up those bricks. I didn't even see those bricks down there. Anyway, it came with a little packet of plaster, and so, stir it up, mix it, put it on the front. And after this dried, I sanded it down a bit to smooth it out some. I wanted to try something else with that, but I was like, I'm not sure if that's what I want to do or not. So I opted the easy way out, if you will. Or not even easy, just the lazy way more than easy. And then here I'm just tagging it as I usually do. I think I was watching Crush Groove or something as I was tagging this. And I was like, man, some old school wild style graffiti would be kind of dope on this thing. And so I just busted out some pens and kind of got to it. And yeah, I mean, this is, again, and I don't know,
what's his name? The guy who, FOS SCALE, who runs this thing. I don't know where he gets the ideas for these buildings and stuff, but it's a good kit. Really good, solid kit. The fire escape that's on the one side, it's a little flimsy, but it works. It does its purpose. This is obviously an older building. And one of the reasons I wanted to add that brick to it was to bring it up to maybe a mid 80s, early 80s, even late 70s type of feel versus, because this building, the way they got it set up, is probably a little older than what I wanted it for. So, I got some cinder block sheets on there. Left most of the other stuff there, the old fire escape. I was going to put a newer fire escape, but I was like, that one is just abandoned, so no one's using that. And then this jet out thing where the staircase is, you typically don't see those anymore on buildings either. Those were kind of some back in the day type stuff. Now you can go to some really old cities and you may see some of that stuff, but for the most part, people will take all those things down and kind of just board up that doorway, where the stairs lead down or something. So, but yeah, that was it. I appreciate y'all, and see y'all on the next one.
And that was it. The Moscow Bail Bonds kit from FOS SCALE. Like I said, it's a good kit, good solid kit, a lot of detailed parts and all that good stuff that one would expect from a wooden kit structure. Maybe on a 1 to 10, I would say 7.5-ish. The higher being the harder one. It had some parts in there and some things you had to finagle, but great kit. Check it out, pick it up if you want to. He's got some other good stuff out there too. So I'd also like to thank my Patreon folks. If you have not, check out my Patreon. It's just a support as you are. I'm finally monetized on YouTube too, so I think you can support here, but if not, check out the Patreon. I want to thank my Patreon folks for still hanging with me. I love y'all, man, for real. I mentioned in the last video that I made some changes on Patreon, and y'all still hang with me. I appreciate that. Hit the like button. That's a very big thing for YouTube at the moment. Besides shorts, hitting the like button for this video and all my other videos will kind of start pushing me to other people. So not only are you liking it because you liked it, you're liking it for the YouTube algorithm. And check out my Amazon store. I got some stuff out there. What else? I think that's it, y'all. I'll see y'all next video. Check out that video and I'll see you next time. Peace.